The latest CBS News poll shows rising enthusiasm from Hillary Clinton voters after the first debate. 46% of them are now very enthusiastic about voting. Now, that's 7 points higher than last month.
46% of Donald Trump supporters are very enthusiastic as well, but that is down 2 points from last month. Our poll also shows that independent voters prefer Donald Trump over Hillary Clinton, 39 to 35%. Robby Mook is joining us. He is Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, and he joins us from Richmond, Virginia, getting ready for the big debate tonight. Robby, welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, we're glad you're here. This is the first and only VP debate. And when Kellyanne Conway was here last hour, she says that we can expect a fiery debate, she says, from Mike Pence. What are Tim Kaine's marching orders tonight, considering most people do not know who he is? How is he going to break through?
Well, what we're hoping he has the opportunity to do is to talk about the agenda that he and Secretary Clinton have to make the biggest investment in jobs since World War II, help families afford college and health care, and basically talk about the issues. That's when we always do best as a campaign. As you mentioned, I think the Trump campaign is a bit panicked right now. They need to change the narrative. They need to change the message. They've had a bad week, so we're expecting them to throw a lot of mud. And it's going to be very interesting to see how Mike Pence responds to questions about Trump's behavior in the last week. You know, is he going to defend the way he attacked Alicia Machado, the former Miss Universe? Is he going to defend the 3 a.m. Twitter rants? Is he going to defend Donald Trump's comments about veterans or the fact that he's proud that he didn't pay taxes for nearly 2 decades? So this is going to be a little bit different. Usually this is a test to see if these candidates are prepared to serve as president. I think both of them are regarded as pretty accomplished public servants. Yes. The real question is Mike Pence going to defend Donald Trump?
And is that the goal, to put Mike Pence on the defensive to defend Donald Trump's record?
Well, as I said, the goal is actually to talk about the difference that Senator Kaine and Secretary Clinton want to make in people's lives. That's been our goal for all of these debates. That's when we do best as a campaign, because Secretary Clinton and Senator Kaine actually have real plans that are going to make a real difference in people's lives. But I think the dynamics of this race are very special, and it's going to be interesting to see if Mike Pence is willing to defend Donald Trump's behavior.
Robby, how would Secretary Clinton, if she becomes president, change the Affordable Care Act? Because, as you know, former President Clinton had something to say about it yesterday in terms of people that were not exactly coming out as well as they thought they might.
Well, I'm sorry, I thought you were going to play a clip there. I'm really glad you asked that question because...
I would if I had one.
Okay. No, that's a really important question because this is an issue that affects a lot of voters. Look, the important thing is that 20 million Americans have health insurance today because of the Affordable Care Act. It's made a tremendous difference in a lot of people's lives. But we need to do more to lower premiums, and in particular, the price of prescription drugs is rising way too fast. We've seen these companies, abusing their patents to jack up costs for life-saving cancer drugs and the like. So Secretary Clinton and Senator Kaine have a plan to get those drug prices down, make sure families can afford them, and finally do something about these premium increases.
But does Secretary Clinton agree with her husband, former President Bill Clinton, that Obamacare is a, quote, crazy system that hurts small businesses?
Well, what he was referring to was the healthcare system, both as it used to be, and then sometimes what happens in some of these markets, where basically the marketplace skews the costs. This is exactly why we got to do something about premium increases, but I assume also he was including in that prescription drug prices.
Robby, can I ask you quickly just about the latest polls? We see that Secretary Clinton is up in Florida, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Virginia, but she's losing to Donald Trump in Ohio. Can she win the presidency without Ohio?
Look, there are many paths to winning. And so if you're asking, is Ohio absolutely essential for her to become president? No, it is not. But that's completely separate from the fact that we are working as hard as we can to win Ohio. I ran Secretary Clinton's Ohio campaign in 2008. My parents live there. It's near and dear to my heart. I know we can win it, and we're working very hard to do that.
All right, 30-plus days and counting. Thank you very much, Robby Mook. We'll see you later on, I'm sure. CBS News will begin live coverage of the vice presidential debate starting at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Elaine Quijano of our streaming network CBSN is moderating tonight. CBSN will have special coverage all day from the debate site. And, of course, you can watch on CBSNews.com, on our CBS News app, and on devices like Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. So no excuse not to be able to see this debate this evening.